Podcast starts now. Hi, everyone. This is George coming at you live from Brooklyn, New York. Sam is on a business trip in a gay campground in Vermont that he sends his love. And I just wanted to say that for today's episode, we decided to, for the first time ever, publish a recording of a live show on the main feed. This is our most recent live show. It's at the Bell House in Brooklyn a few weeks ago. And it was with some of our favorite people. We're talking Josh Sharp, Aaron Jackson, Sabrina Wu, and Pulitzer Prize winner Andrea Long Chu, who I think should actually get a second Pulitzer for her performance at that show, and you'll see why. I want to say we already released this recording on the Patreon last week, so if you're a patron, I'm sorry you're not getting a new episode today, but we wanted to put it in the main feed for two reasons. One, we just wanted everyone to have sort of a peek into the kind of stuff you would be getting if you subscribe to our Patreon. We have had the Patreon for a while, but we always forget to promote it. It's very if you know, you know. But we would love for more people to sign up. We're trying to do sort of like newer, more exciting stuff in the next few months. So I think it'll be really fun. It's only $5 a month, and you get 2 extra episodes a month, including mini Earnestness Bonanzas with just me and Sam. You get all the live show recordings. You get episodes where we talk about straight movies. Sometimes we have special guests. We had Chris File from This Had Oscar Buzz on last year. And you also get access to our Discord server, which is extremely active and very fun and has resulted in actual real-life friendships across the country, actually, in multiple cities. So please consider subscribing. And then also the second reason we wanted to release this episode is because we want everyone to get to hear what a live show sounds like, what a live show is like as we prepare for our tour. So if you like what you're listening to, please consider buying tickets to see us on tour or telling your friends who live in other cities to come. We really want to keep doing shows that aren't just in New York and LA, so we really want this first tour to be a huge smash. And once again, all tickets are available on linktree.com/StraightioLab, which is also in our Instagram bio. And please post about going, tell your friends to go, spread the word. I think it's going to be so much fun. We're so excited to be going to all these cities. And once again, it's Boston, Philly, DC, Chicago, Minneapolis, Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Los Angeles. So hope to see you there. That's enough for me. Enjoy StraightioLab Live from the Bell House. Hooty hoo. Okay.
Live show starts now. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Wow.
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 Wow, the energy here is electric.
I'm on. Wow.
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 Oh my goodness.
I feel like I'm on cocaine.
Yes.
And not just because I am. I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. I've never
I'm
done
joking.
that stuff.
Never.
That stuff's so bad.
We
for
actually
you.
are kidding, by the way. Right?
Yeah, we're kidding.
Yeah, we're joking. We're 100% kidding. Can you believe that it's been 2 years since our first live show? Can you believe that? Okay, very hesitant woo.
Well, now they're like, what is true, what is lie?
Right.
See, this is what Chernobyl was all about.
Okay.
Sorry, I literally was looking up Chernobyl memes today.
Wait, why were you looking up Chernobyl
Look,
memes?
George, okay.
Okay, you brought it up.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. It's because someone on Instagram who might be here said, oh, I'm looking at the website and it doesn't say the show is sold out. And I was like, no, it is. And then I was like, you're lying to me. And then they were like, then they literally photoshopped something to make it look like it wasn't sold out.
What?
And I was like, stop doing this to me.
Someone we know?
Well, vaguely. I mean, I'm internet friends with them.
Sure, but Photoshop friends?
And so then I was like, okay, well, if we're doing bits, then I'm going to do a bit back. And
so then
I sent him a Chernobyl meme. That said, what is the cost of your lies?
Somehow I have... What did it say?
What is the cost of your lies?
Oh, okay. That's good.
I don't know if you saw Chernobyl, but that was sort of the central theme.
I didn't realize that you were talking about Chernobyl, the television series, rather than just the historical event.
George, it's a television series first and foremost.
Okay. Wow. I cannot believe you watched Chernobyl.
I actually have the craziest thing to say.
What?
I watched it twice.
What the fuck?
I have no idea why. Chernobyl spoke to me in such a deep way. I literally was like, Chernobyl's my favorite show.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. I actually think it's weird that I never told you that.
That is crazy. Was it because of shame, do you think?
Yeah, I think I let branding get ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I was like, this will hurt the brand.
Also, talk about well, in fact, it would help talk about a straight show, Chernobyl. Now, Sam's like, what are you talking about? He's like, the entire cast is LGBTQ+.
George, it's about the cost of lives. That sounds LGBTQ+ to me. Because they understand that.
We talked backstage, we were like, oh, what should we talk about? Maybe like it's been 2 years, like what has happened in those 2 years. The fact that we are now on minute 8 of talking about Chernobyl.
No, okay. I have to tell you, I watched Chernobyl on an airplane on March 13th, 2020.
Okay.
And I got off the airplane and people were coming at me with swabs. It was truly...
That's why it made an impact. And then you went back and watched it again.
2 weeks later. 2 weeks later.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with Chernobyl.
So
show.
Here's my question for you. As someone who has seen Chernobyl twice, how can we avoid that happening again in the future? We're nearing an election.
Yeah.
We're sort of in a democratic crisis. And so how can we avoid a second Chernobyl happening?
Yeah, totally.
Second that we know of, by the way.
Well, first of all, I think it starts at the ground level. And if you're doing a bit with someone that you mostly know only from the internet,
right,
don't get on Photoshop to sort of complete that bit. Because that is where democracy falls.
Okay. So it's a breakdown of communication is what you're saying?
Basically.
Okay. Well, if anyone in the government is here, take that with you back home to Washington, D.C.
Did you see Chernobyl?
No. It would be crazy if this whole time I had nothing to say about it, and then I was like, yeah, it's actually my favorite show.
I've seen it 4 times.
I've seen it 4 times. Okay, can I just say something about Chernobyl because we're talking about it?
I think you have to.
I'm alienated by the fact that I can't name a single actor on that show. Exactly. And so I'm like, put Sarah Snook in there.
Well, you couldn't have named her before Succession. What is
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Wait, what is his name?
Jennifer Aniston.
Stop.
Who? Who?
Jared Harris.
I don't know who that is.
He was in Mad Men. He killed himself.
I don't think that's enough
in
star
Mad
power.
Men, in the show.
I don't think that's enough star power, I gotta say.
He's actually really amazing, and you'd love him and know his name if you saw Chernobyl.
Okay. I think we need to move on from Chernobyl.
I actually don't think you've learned the lessons of Chernobyl.
No, I actually haven't, and that's what stresses me out.
I actually am relishing in this because so often in our dynamic, George is referencing these films.
Yeah.
And it's always like, well, this is just like Jennifer blah, blah, blah in The Cool Girl. And I'm like, well, I never saw The Cool Girl. And
Jennifer Aniston in The Good Girl. Okay, and so now this is your chance.
So now it's Sam's revenge.
Yeah.
I get to sort of talk about my favorite show.
Well, I'm really happy that you allowed me into that. But I am sort of thinking, like, in these 2 years.
Oh, right, back to that.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I'm talking as though we have a prepared bit. Nope.
No.
So 2 years ago, I want to say Obama was president.
Yeah. We were just a couple of indie
musicians.
It was a very guitar-heavy set.
Yeah,
2
we
years
were
ago.
in the
military band. Band.
Franz Ferdinand. We were in the military band Franz Ferdinand. Obama was president.
And gay marriage was illegal.
Take it back?
Bring
It
back.
back.
That's what was said.
I do actually think if we brought... Okay, hear me out. If we took away gay marriage... only so that we can then rally around it again and bring it back. I think that would be great for unity.
You want like a reboot of that journey.
Yeah, because you know what I was thinking? You know how this year there are no pride campaigns because everyone hates queer people again? It's like, you know, maybe Sam and me, two Brooklyn intellectuals, you know, we used to be like, what are these corporations doing putting rainbows on shoes? They should be marching or whatever. But now that there are no pride campaigns, we're like, well, we stand with Target. And it brought the community together. And I think if we outlawed gay marriage, then everyone would be united again to bring it back.
Yeah, basically there's just always going to be a push and pull and people need something to talk about.
Exactly, and people need to learn that and honestly get over it.
And
if you care about any political issue, shut up. Because it all comes in waves. And once you learn that, you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Wait, I have something that I was kind of thinking about recently, which is the like on like a gay app. I remember like a decade ago being like someone would be like married, and I'd be like, ooh, this guy's closeted and married to a woman.
Right.
And you could just sort of safely assume that.
Yeah.
And now I'm seeing married, and it's like, so none of you are closeted? Doesn't sound very married to me.
Yeah. That's a good point. I mean, it's a good point because it's like the wedding ring should be it's like an invitation to do something illicit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then now it's like, oh, my husband's in the other room. Do you want some Doritos? No?
Doritos?
Yeah.
I didn't
Everyone's
expect
giving me
you
a
to
standing
go there.
ovation. This is how we find out I'm a virgin. It's like, I'm like describing sex, and I'm like, yeah, so you go to someone's house, and there's Doritos, and the husband is offering Doritos. And so, yeah, and then basically you're like, and then you leave. And you're like, okay, a meal and a show.
That was shocking.
Yeah.
Because you really had a moment where it's like, well, he's going to say something sexy now.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, but that was my point, is that now it's not sexy. Now it's like...
Now it's just you're friends with someone's husband.
Exactly. And the husband knows about it. It's not illicit. No one's cheating on anyone.
Well, because they're eating Doritos, I think. I think no one's cheating on anyone because they're not having sex.
Right. Yeah.
Not to poke holes in it.
No, of course not.
For some people, Dorito eating is sex.
Yeah, and by the way, that's valid.
It's as valid as anything else.
Yeah.
So what is sex, you guys? Tell us.
Yeah. Okay, does anyone think Doritos can be sexy? Cool Ranch only. All right,
That's
go
the
off.
sexy one.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. If I'm making out with someone and they smell like Cool Ranch Doritos, honey, that's half the battle right there.
Yeah, I mean, if we're being honest.
Yeah, and we have to.
We have to. That's our job as podcasters. It is there could be something horny about eating Doritos.
Okay, I just want to reiterate that my point was that it's not horny. My point was like, it used to be, oh, someone's married and they're closeted and you're meeting them in a dark alley, hot. Now someone's married, oh, like the husband knows about it, there's no illicit. Does anyone get what I'm saying? Okay.
They get it. There's another side to the story.
Okay, what you're trying to do is you are desperate to make that horny as well, right?
Well, we just said it was sex.
Okay.
So now I'm saying how that could be true.
Oh, I see. So how can we picture it, two people hooking up and one of their husbands is in the other room offering Doritos. And so the challenge here is, how do we make that scene sexy?
Okay.
One of them is Kevin James.
No. I think it's like, The Doritos imply to me a clear role play.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like you are like boys in a basement.
I see.
You are wearing basketball shorts. You're like talking about like playing video games.
That's a good point.
And then one of you is like, wouldn't it be crazy if we, I don't know, jerked off?
Yeah.
And you're eating Doritos, and then it is fully part of the scene, and it is horny, and I'm rock hard.
Wow.
I mean, that worked, right?
I think that works, yeah.
Did that not work for anyone? Who's soft?
The fact that you landed that plane.
Oh, I was scared.
You're like Tom Hanks with the geese. We were about to go down.
Is that your Chernobyl?
What?
Is that your Chernobyl?
That is how Chernobyl started. The plane was literally going down. The geese were literally being cut into a billion different little pieces in the wings. And Tom Hanks was like, you know what? I trained for this. And he landed it.
He landed the plane in the river, no less.
Yeah, and then that other guy was like, I am the captain now. Different movie. I'm trying to do as many references as possible to dom you after the Chernobyl incident.
That will be forever known as the Chernobyl incident.
Yeah.
The part where I knew a piece of media that George
the
didn't
hours,
know.
Shakespeare in Love. Should we address our physical appearances?
I do think as well, I would say an audio-only medium, but that's not true because
we're on Instagram Reels.
Needless to say, you all know us from Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
I do want to say something about Instagram Reels, not to be self-deprecating.
Plummeting.
I think Instagram Reels are so funny because it's like you see the people that like completely blow up on Instagram Reels, and you're like, okay, well they're brain dead, so this will work for me. And then we post like dumb shit, and it's like, pew, and it's like, huh.
All my Instagram Reels are Greek people doing impressions of their Greek mothers. And you would think like, oh, that's one person and he owns that market. No. There's someone in Sweden who does it. And guess what? I now follow him.
Yeah, meanwhile, all my Instagram Reels are like a guy being like, these shorts are too tight.
Well, it is true that when you're a gay guy, Instagram, like your Explore page is either literally someone like an outline of a cock.
Yeah.
Or it's a drag queen doing, like, you know, Ashley O from Black Mirror. And the other day, I didn't even tell you this. I got served, it's a picture of, like, 3 sort of hot-looking gay guys. And I was like, oh, it's probably some influencer. And I was like, I clicked on it. It was literally a random guy with, like, 1,000 followers. I know no one who follows him. I think they ran out of influencers to serve me, and they were like, here, just gay guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
And yet our Reels flop.
Right. So, but you were saying about Reels. As I was saying.
Like, what were we saying about
our
Reels?
appearance?
Oh, we have to address our appearances because we're an audio-based medium.
Right.
So I bet some of you are shaking and crying and being like, I had no idea.
Well, Sam's famous thing, Sam is one of the most liberated people I know, sexually, socially, politically. He has one hang-up, and that is that he can't match with someone who is near him. So much so that I have to text him what I'm wearing every time we're out together.
And this time, we, as people that have been to our live shows before, we often have to address it because we often accidentally match. And
by the way, sorry to once again cut you off. Sam's definition of matching is very liberal.
Well, it's the same silhouette.
It's the same silhouette.
And today, George texts me, okay, I'm wearing, a purple shirt, black pants. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm color deficient. And Doc Martens, and I say, okay, that's so different than me.
Yeah.
But he forgot to mention the silhouette.
Yeah.
Because I roll up and we're both wearing sort of a short sleeve collared shirt with a little white tank top.
And a little chain.
And a little chain. And there's 6 gay guy outfits to choose from.
But here's the thing.
So that's going to
just wanna
happen. This
say-
is why I want to check.
I just want to say, this has happened before.
Oh, it's happened almost every time.
Right. So because this has happened before, I know how to appease Sam, which is that I said, "Oh, I'll button mine." and you finally got to exhale, Simon.
Fashion is all about nuance. But thank you for making the great sacrifice of buttoning up.
And I do feel like, we talk a lot about how a big decision that a gay guy has to make in their 30s is whether or not they're going to go Mugatu. And that is, going Mugatu is when you decide to, like, out of nowhere start dressing like Timothée Chalamet. And, like, on a red carpet.
Yeah.
In 2018.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like it's a danger. Sometimes it can happen even subconsciously. And I do feel like, and I was looking at myself in the mirror on my way here, and I was like, I am one accessory away from going Mugatu.
And I said you're sort of like the first evolution of Mugatu.
I'm the Pikachu, not the Raichu of
Exactly.
going Mugatu.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you considered going Mugatu?
The older you get, the more Mugatu calls.
Yeah. You would think it would call less.
You would think it would call less, but actually it calls more because when you're like 21, you're like you're on trend in a way that is inherent because you are the trend. But then when you're 33, you're like, okay, well now I'm just seeing the trend and sort of seeing how I can interpret it. And so when you're interpreting it, you often over-interpret it.
Yeah.
So you'll see the big pant trend and you'll be like, okay, well then I'll have the biggest fucking pants I can have.
Yeah.
I'm not old, I'm 21, I'm 21.
Yeah.
It's like big pants, little shirt, I got it.
Yeah. Well, I do think we survived, or at least are on the way out of the limited 2 moment, which was scary.
Well, what was scarier was when I tried to do it. And it was like, I don't look like they look.
Yeah.
And that was crazy because I just sort of thought, just put the clothes on.
Well, it kept being more and more, it kept becoming more and more limited to, where at first it was like, okay, this twink is wearing like, big big pants, maybe a camo pant, and then like a white tank. And you're like, okay, you're limited to, but it's dignified.
You can wear that to a wedding, a funeral,
Yeah,
it's fine.
So you can dress it up, put a blazer on it. You can
wear it from work to the
go into
restaurant,
office.
to client drinks.
Yeah. And then it started being like, okay, colorful beaded jewelry. And you were like, okay. And then it was like, jellies.
And now the top is lined in fur.
And now the top is up here.
Yeah.
And then it suddenly was like little plastic berets. When did you grow pigtails? It's literally like your Little Red Riding Hood. You're like, hi, mommy. Who has the Doritos? I'm here to hook up.
But we're out of that, but I don't really know quite where
What
we've
the next step
landed
is,
yet. Yeah, because Limited 2 is dead.
Limited 2 is dead, but Mugatu is alive. It's just evolving.
Yeah. Is anyone Mugatu here tonight?
I gotta say, I think everyone looks incredibly good tonight. I think this is a very attractive audience. I'm not seeing full Mugatu.
No. I'm sort of seeing, I'm gonna be honest. I'm seeing like college orientation.
Oh my God. You are being Miley. You are being Miley with the foam finger, and you are grinding up on Robin Thicke. And you are saying, I'm no longer a little girl, bitch. I don't get orientation. I mean, obviously our listeners are predominantly bisexual grad students, nonprofit NBs, and gay guys who worked in digital media in the 2010s.
Damn, that is a clean wrap up.
3 groups that do kind of dress like they're at college orientation.
It's certainly not Mugatu.
Yeah. But I think that's good, because we're not Mugatu.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying I'm Mugatu.
Yeah.
Today what I was trying to signal
Uh-huh.
was that like this is sort of, I was sort of trying to say, it's summer.
Right. And I'm getting that actually from a lot of people here.
Yeah.
And that's where the orientation part comes in. It's like, orientation's awkward because it is still summer.
It's also,
But you want to be professional.
and you also want to show the new you. You're
Yeah.
sort of like, high school me's dead.
Yeah.
This summer, all bets are off.
Okay, everyone here is at orientation, but everyone knows to like not wear the lanyard.
Yeah.
Like they know that you take it out. Maybe you even put it in your back pocket and it hangs. And yeah, you're going to like the LGBT mixer. But that's not like where you're gonna make all your friends.
Because you love straight people.
Yeah, because you're closeted and depressed.
And you're going to the LGBTQ plus mixer as an ally.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going there because you want to check it out, but you take this like giant button that says ally, parentheses, I'm straight, and then you wear that all around. And you're like, these gays are cute. My brother's gay.
Yeah, wishing you the best.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, should we start the show?
I think that would be an incredible idea, George.
Yeah. You know, I gotta say, this first guest, kind of a heavy hitter.
Yeah, I mean, certainly heavily awarded.
Yes, with multiple awards. This guest, I gotta say, you know, usually we have comedians in these shows. This first guest that we have is a book critic. And I know what you're thinking, a laugh riot. But I thought that would crush. Can I tell everyone something? Every single other thing you heard today was improvised. That I thought about doing.
And he told me
And
this.
literally ran it by our guest backstage. And I was like, guess what I'm gonna say? Isn't that funny?
And the thing is, we all laughed, and I said, that's gonna crush.
Yeah.
And I said, you're a genius.
Yeah.
But I think what happened was actually like, when you're actually introducing the person,
Right, it sounds
people are
rude.
like, hey, don't be mean.
Yeah, don't be mean.
So you should have been like, hey, just for the record, what I'm about to say is scripted, and the guest
Yeah.
fully approved
Well,
it.
they should do that. They should do that for every scripted show, I think.
I think that would be really nice.
Yeah, it's just like how when you read an article, everyone's like, first of all, let's get one thing straight. I'm not ableist, racist, sexist, or homophobic, but I have an opinion about Drag Race. Okay, I'm being so provocative tonight.
No, we both kind of are.
Here's the thing. We have to just bring out our first guest. I mean, I gotta say, this is maybe one of the smartest people, if not the smartest people we know. It's multiple people because she's so smart.
Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, I'm scared of what the
same.
insights that will happen because, quite frankly, I
Yeah.
won't be able to keep up.
And we will, and I think we have to just bring her out.
Do the honors,
Okay,
please.
Please give a warm glamour girl hootie hoo to our first guest, the book critic at New York Magazine and the cultural critic we all love to read, Andrea Long Chu.
Would it be insane
You can pick
to
either
sit?
chair. Oh, wow.
What if I sat here?
That would be crazy.
We both, at the same time, crossed our little legs.
I know.
Yeah, you are matching, you know? Did
We are
anyone tell
matching
you today?
And by the way, I think Andrea, similar silhouette.
It's true.
As long as it's not a little white tank top.
Yeah, okay.
That
fine.
does a lot for me.
So Andrea, what's up?
I mean, not a whole lot.
Right.
Mainly what I'm doing right now is checking to make sure that I don't hear too many of my own like mouth sounds in the mic because I have I'm on like 7 different medications that give me dry mouth.
So is everyone else in this room, by the way.
That's right. No, this is the queer experience. And it's dry mouth or raging depression.
Ooh.
And so I have the dry mouth. But I also refuse to hydrate.
Yeah.
So those things together kind of, it's just like, it just
Yeah.
means that whenever I hear myself back after I go on a podcast or something, all I can hear is So it's just sandpaper in there.
We were having, first of all, a straight shooter, dry mouth or raging depression.
Love that.
We were having this debate the other day, is hydrating gay or straight? I think you could make an argument either way.
Well, see, for me, it's not as big a deal because I'm a top. But
Wait. Say more about...
No, that's it.
Okay.
I think that reads loud and clear.
Is hydration gay or straight? Well, I'm a top, sweetie. But I say you don't need to be hydrated because you're a top.
I'm saying it, yeah.
Yeah,
You want me
okay.
to spell it out for you?
No, I get it.
I think Sam gets it.
Okay, so hydrating is bottom behavior.
That's
I mean,
canon.
okay. That is backed up by the fact that straight men refuse to hydrate.
That's true.
It's because if they hydrate too much, someone might put a dick in their mouth.
Wow.
Well, yeah, they don't want to lubricate themselves too much.
Yeah, they'll be too wet and wanting.
right. That's
yeah, they're
right.
like slipping all over the place.
Yeah.
They're like,
Like,
if
you're not
it
going to make it to
happens,
that board
better
meeting.
hurt.
Huh. Yeah, you're pointing to, I think we thought it was straight because it's like, like LA hiker girl takes the big jug of water.
Yeah.
But you're pointing out that we are now in a bubble of, let's face it, LA hiker girls.
All our friends are LA hiker girls.
And they're always asking us to go on big hikes in LA.
Yeah, and we're always like, no, sweetie.
Yeah.
We have to do a podcast live show. I think we gotta introduce what we're doing.
I think that would be so smart, yeah.
So, Andrea is a member of the press. Boo! And so we thought it would be...
Okay, that ate.
So we thought it would be a good idea to sort of like do a little roundup of recent news. And so we found some headlines out there, and we're gonna sort of go through them, just things that have happened. And these are real. I'm serious, they're real.
Yeah, it's not the Onion over here.
They're also not even funny, so I don't know why I'm saying that. It would be crazy if I wrote them and it's like, Succession ends. These are just like headlines. And we want to sort of, along with Andrea, figure out if the stories they're describing are gay or straight. Like if a certain cultural moment is gay or straight, or bisexual, or wherever else on the Kinsey scale.
I mean, I was going to say that, asking me to choose between gay and straight, it just feels like pretty heteronormative.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And by the way, that's by design.
No, okay, I mean, no.
It's straight
no,
allowed,
I'm
not gay
I'm all
allowed.
for hetero, but I'm just saying,
You're all, yeah, okay.
if you let me say this headline is gay and straight,
Right.
and uses she, they pronouns,
Right.
and has just like a totally unremarkable boyfriend,
Right.
that would be queer culture.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, done.
Yeah, we're gonna be here all night, folks. Okay, let's go.
Cancel
first
your
slide.
plans.
First slide. Okay, so this is scientists discover a virgin birth in a crocodile. You don't really need to know the details. A virgin crocodile gave birth.
Well, that's not what it says, George.
Oh, tea
Yeah, she spilled.
spilled.
Because this could also be a sort of crocodile ate the baby Jesus situation.
And then they did surgery, and they were like, "When did she eat baby Jesus?"
Exactly.
Okay, and that would be.
On the
I mean, it's
spectrum.
obviously gay, right? I mean, this is parthenogenesis.
Yeah.
It's a lady crocodile saying, "I don't need a man crocodile." Though, what, they lay eggs, right?
You can't ask us stuff like that.
We never.
I've never
I
seen
was under
it.
the impression.
You're the one. You're the one that was in academia.
I'm sorry.
Andrea.
I know. I was under the
We're
impression
comedians.
that both of you have PhDs in at least one science.
Well, we're both engineers.
We build bridges for a
We
living.
build bridges for a living, and they're all crumbling.
Right.
Yeah, the I-95 collapse, that was us.
Yeah, and by the way, that was the queer art of failure.
Wow.
The highway keeps the score.
That was good. Okay.
It's for me it's the So parthenogenesis, obviously gay.
Sure.
That's sort of like just, but it's the scientists discovering it that is potentially straight.
Totally.
Yes.
They're Columbusing.
Like,
Yeah.
right, well, it could just be like scientists discover like girls finger banging in bathroom,
Yeah. It's giving Girls Gone Wild.
which they haven't done yet.
Yeah.
Don't tell science.
Yeah.
But so I think I'm gonna have to land for me
Yeah.
on straight.
I get that.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Should we-
Let's move on.
Let's hit the next slide.
Drag queen Patty Gonia says, "Come out in North Face Summer of Pride ad."
Oh no.
George, to be fair, this does seem like you could have made it up.
If only. You know how much they'd pay me?
Oh. Well, okay, let's see.
Right.
First, it's categorized business.
Yeah. And by the way, the business section of page 6. You can't see the name, but it is from page 6.
Says is strange to me. Like, it's a...
Right.
Says is not
Yeah.
how you communicate a command.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
It's very passive.
Right. So, says makes it sound like someone has forced her. That she's like reading the words, you know?
It's a tough one in this climate.
Wait, okay. I don't know enough about jackets, but
And
her
thank you
name
for
is
admitting that.
Patagonia,
The drag
but-
queen's name is Patty Gonia, but she's doing an ad for North
but she's
Face.
doing an ad for North Face.
Subversive.
So it's a little bit like that guy who was doing that one phone company commercials and then was doing the other phone company
Totally,
commercials.
Wow.
That's actually very like catty.
Yeah.
Like that's very clever.
Yeah.
Like the first pitch was like, can we find a drag queen named North Face?
Right. Yeah, they're you could say they're throwing shade.
That's right. And keeping warm. Sort of cross purposes, actually.
Yeah.
So I guess gay.
Gay.
Gay. Let's hit
All
the
right.
next slide.
Okay. Would you like to read this one?
Sure, this is a tough one, but I can handle it. Exclusive. CNN boss Chris Licht bragged about taking Ozempic for weight loss as far back as 2021, despite claiming in lengthy profile he's a machine who shed 50 pounds through grueling diet and exercise.
This is a tough one, actually.
I mean, I'm so invested in the Chris Licht storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, the first thing is that if it indeed is pronounced Chris Licht, we can just say gay and move on.
Right.
But exclusive.
Yeah. And by the way, Daily Mail.
I love exclusive. It's very VIP.
Yeah.
Must have
true.
wristband to read this headline.
Yeah.
He's been bragging about it for years. Everyone knew, and we have the exclusive scoop.
Yeah. It was Ozempic the whole time.
There's a lot of narrative. It's basically a book.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of it's deeply sad and pathetic, right?
Yeah.
Sympathetic? Or
No,
it sounds pathetic?
sad and pathetic.
Oh, sad and pathetic. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Well, anytime a man is aware of his own body, it's like, you did not understand the assignment.
Right. I mean,
But he's also sort of serving metrosexual.
well, he also just got fired from his job, which is gay.
That is gay.
That's gay. That's gay.
From his media job.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
very
That he
There
was
you
bad
go.
at.
Very me, actually.
So
Yeah. It's George coded.
That's very George coded.
well, also bragging, I don't know,
Yeah.
like bragging about his body,
Right.
which in that profile, if you run the profile, is he's doing with his, like he's talking to the interviewer, this guy he gave way too much access to, which a man giving another man too much access, gay. He's talking to him while he has this personal trainer that he found, who's like does other celebrities, is like yelling in Chris Licht's face while he's saying to the interview, "Yeah, I'm a machine." So all of that situation is gay,
Gay.
Gay.
Yeah.
right? And the fact that none of them know it makes it gay.
Right. And lying is gay.
And lying is gay.
Well, I think that about settles it. Should we move on to the next one?
Yeah, he's sort of an LGBTQ icon, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Do you want to read this one?
Yes. Okay. Hannah Gadsby's Picasso show was meant to ignite debate, and it did.
Period.
Pally.
So is this, okay, wait, is this Jason Farrago's piece, or is it
So
the
I
one
was
from
go-
today?
So this is like recapping the whole situation because it made more sense as a headline. Because sort of the story we're talking about is like the fact that the show happened and then people talked about it.
Right.
And of course, Jason Farrago's review is part of that.
Right. This was the one by the lady from like yesterday or something.
Probably.
Well, this is a real treat.
Yeah. I knew you'd like this one.
Well, I am no longer very on Twitter, but when I was, and when Nanette came out, I tweeted about it so much that
Hannah Gadsby showed up to your house.
yeah, I tweeted about it so much that when you Googled me, Google would suggest Andrea Long Chu Nanette. Because I guess people had been like Googling to see if I had written about it, which I had not and have not.
Well, now's your chance.
Is this? It's problematic.
Right. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Hannah Gadsby, the Australian monologist.
Wow, like Mike.
In the words of Hilton Halls.
The Australian Mike Daisy.
Is curated a show at the Brooklyn Museum about how Pablo Picasso is problematic, and it is called It's Problematic.
I mean,
It's kind of StraightioLab coded, to be honest.
By the way, 100%. That is what we would call a museum show if we were so lucky to be called to curate a museum show at the Brooklyn Museum.
well, okay, gosh. The thing about Hannah Gadsby, like, there is a sense in which it's like so outrageously straight, because the people who are around Hannah Gadsby, enabling Hannah Gadsby, are all like middle-aged white straight women who are like feminism.
Still with her.
And they're still with her. Absolutely. Like, and so to that extent, it also is as has been pointed out about the show, it's also just like obviously reducing the other women artists who are in the show to the fact that they're women as opposed to talking about their actual work, whatever. The other thing, though, and the reason that Hannah Gadsby is what Hannah Gadsby is to us as a community, a term that I use very strictly, is that there is something so fucking gay about them. Like, it's a very specific type of, like, moral butchness that afflicts our community. And
Yeah.
Wow.
And, that's the thing that I was having this conversation with myself the other day, walking home. I was walking home with groceries, and I was thinking, why do I hate Hannah Gadsby so much? And like, is that sexist of me? Am I one of those people who, as Hannah Gadsby's defenders will say, just like doesn't like women, or women in associated acts, and I would say, like, the thing that I find so infuriating is that it's too hard to explain to straight people exactly what that type is when all you have to do is be in a room with that person, like that kind of person, like for 2-3 minutes, sit next to them at a group dinner or something like
Totally.
that. And it's just like it completely snaps into place. And part of the problem is that we lack a good vocabulary for it. If we had a way to just say,
Yeah. I think moral butch is going to catch on, though.
well,
I think that's kind of huge. Yeah.
so I'm gonna say, unfortunately, gay.
Yeah.
Gay, next slide.
Wow. Okay. Al Pacino, 83, is said to become a father again.
Right.
Need I say more?
This picture right here makes it look like the question is whether Al Pacino is gay or straight. and as if the headline is a sort of futile attempt to prove that he is straight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Overcompensating.
I mean, it is giving just when I think I got out, they pull me back in.
Right. Yeah.
That's actually
Which
kind of...
is gay?
I mean, that's literally my coming out story.
Right. Well, anything that's a spectrum is gay. So the fact that someone can be out and then pulled back in, that's gay. Thoughts?
I think and keep looking back like
Yeah,
the
it's not
answer
gonna
is back
change.
there.
Yeah.
It's set to become a father again, and that picture. Are we allowed to include visual analysis?
Sure.
Sure.
Because
What do you think about the visual semiotics of what's behind you?
I mean, he looks like he just was set to become a father again, like 5 minutes
he
ago.
was drafted.
You know? I mean, I think it's straight. I don't know
Yeah,
how it
I
could
think
be
it's
anything.
Straight.
Yeah.
It's straight.
Anything but straight.
Next
Next
slide.
slide. Okay, so this is basically HBO
Oh.
Max is no more with rebrand to Max. HBO Max transitioned to Max.
Right. Uh-huh. Because Aiden was
Aiden was taken.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think the question is, right, if you have your prestige fare, that you're in your little liberal bubble, you're a coastal elite, you're a filthy, disgusting, dirty coastal elite, and you have your beautiful prestige fare all laid out for you on HBO Max, and someone comes and they tear away the HBO, they say, I don't want to be HBO Max anymore, Mom, Dad, and they introduce you to not just one, but both of the Property Brothers. Is that a move in a straight direction or a gay direction?
Right.
And does it matter that they're twins? Because it probably does.
I mean, the narrative you're painting feels very queer and it feels very Oscar-winning.
Oscar winning.
I'm seeing prestige erased, a very moving movie.
Prestige erased.
Yeah, like Boy Erased, but prestige.
Oh.
They're like, you're an HBO property, and they're like, I don't want to be anymore.
Oh, that's fine.
Right.
Okay, I get
I
it.
want to be. My name is Max, and these are my boyfriends, Property and brother.
So HBO Max is like growing up in a small town, but has always felt prestige.
Well, they've been like the Kennedys of their town.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's always like, well, we act differently.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
It's a because
It's a down. I
because
see.
the Property Brothers are bringing in.
So HBO Max starts out
bourgeois
as prestige, but is like, I actually am a populist.
Yeah, I'm a man of
channel.
the people, and I'm giving away our wealth.
Oh.
I'm actually bankrupting us.
Okay, Abigail Disney. Oh my God. Okay, so what do we think?
Well, on the other hand of this, Zooey Deschanel is married to one of the Property Brothers.
Right, and
A
she's
fact which is so just mind obliterating to me,
yeah.
and that they met on Carpool Karaoke. All of that just by
That's
proximity. I think there's just a field,
Okay.
a fallout, if you were, a kind of nuclear fallout field for heterosexuality.
Wait, I have something. What we're seeing is actually HBO HBO is the gay parents of HBO Max, and they are in a liberal town, and Max is doing right-wing reactionary.
Oh,
And
yes.
becoming straight
Yeah.
and becoming conservative and saying these are the Property Brothers and they're gonna flip your house.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
straight.
Straight.
Moving
All right,
on.
Straight.
Moving on. Okay. I'll read this one. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants to be president. Cheryl Hines is along for the ride. So, and I can explain for people who might not know, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a Kennedy and is an anti-vaccine activist and lawyer. And his wife is none other than Curb Your Enthusiasm's Cheryl Hines. So she is, and he's running for president. And so she's in this position where she's like, keep me out of this. I'm just trying to sell my skincare line and collect my check on Max. And so I do think it's a very rich narrative. I mean, it is a supportive wife, but also has a mind of her own, but is afraid to speak up.
Yeah. Do we remember what the name of her skincare business is?
No.
No.
I read the article and it was like
I
she
know.
kept pushing her skincare line to the interviewer. Which, on its own, I don't know if that's gay or straight.
Well, entrepreneurship, straight. Lenient feminism, straight.
Right.
And kind of taking the passenger seat, straight.
Straight.
I mean, it's really like it was honestly like upsetting to read this article because she's so clearly uncomfortable, but also is like letting it happen. You know.
Well, marriage is all about compromise.
Yeah.
She's
Me and the guys I ate Doritos with know all about that.
And those guys are the Property Brothers.
Yeah,
It's tough.
I think it is just straight. Also, I think "along for the ride" as a phrase is straight
Yeah.
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 because it's like a dick joke, but it's too obvious of a dick joke,
Totally.
and
yeah.
and then it also like does make me picture something that I don't want to picture.
Yeah. Well, Cheryl, you're flopping tonight, honey. All right, next slide.
Okay.
Oh, I
I'll
mean,
read this one.
this is phenomenal. This is incredible.
So Demi Lovato got tired of using they, them pronouns. It was absolutely exhausting.
By Francesca Baccardi.
Who, by the way, I went to middle school with. In New Jersey, I swear to God.
That's not a bit.
Not a bit. She is, I think, a sort of distant heiress of the Bacardi fortune.
Oh. Did you go to school with any other like spirits or liquors?
Not that I know of. Just the one.
Old Jimmy Grey Goose.
Right.
Oh, Jimmy Grey Goose. Yeah.
Well, this is phenomenal.
It's incredible. And it actually is really unclear whether it's gay or straight.
It's also if you didn't know who Demi Lovato was, you would again have this question. This goes back to the Jesus crocodile question. You'd have this question about whether I don't know. Is it she now?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think
Thank you.
technically.
Whether
She is exhausted.
she is exhausted. She, exhausted.
Oh, it's sort of Hannah Gatsby saying, I identify as tired.
Oh no!
A famous joke from
Oh
Nanette.
no! A famous joke from
Yeah.
right. Well, I was gonna say it's not clear whether she's exhausted with using them for herself or for other people.
Right. Yeah. Being exhausted.
Because
Right.
I mean, and that's just like a tiny bit relatable. Like,
So it would be funny if what she was saying was like, I am no longer going to respect people's pronouns. That sounds exhausting.
that is what they. That's like that. You know
That's
that
what
that
she-
is what the like on the right wing TikTok
Right.
comedy. That's
Yeah.
like the kind of like the guy who's like getting out of the car and going to Whole Foods or whatever. Like that's exactly the kind of jokes that they're making.
Yeah. Well, maybe Demi Lovato has a future in right-wing comedy. Because let me tell you, those songs ain't hitting.
No, I think this is
George,
what I, this is what I
she
think.
still got it.
This is what I think. Like I mean, I understand. So okay, there's like the serious read, which is like she got annoyed with like having to constantly explain it to people, and like
Right.
people were like aggressing her and whatever, and all of that is like totally. But like the way that I do think it's actually gay, this particular headline is that like in it I find like there's a queer understanding that like other people's genders can be both valid and just like so much. And like it's not invalidating necessarily like I don't know, like hanging out with a 6-year-old is exhausting. Like it doesn't mean you have to like
Doesn't mean they're not 6.
Oh my God. Genius. Wow.
They're 6.
like I guess like queer people know just how much like small social hostility we can like cram in under the banner of like validating each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I don't know, like being exhausted with the people that are supposed to be supporting you and that you're supposed to be supporting, that's gay.
Wow.
Wow, gay. We
I gotta
did it.
say,
Next,
give it up.
Next
And I think we're
slide. Wow. Incredible. Give it up for Andrea Long Chu.
Wow.
Wow.
I have never learned that much in that short of a period of time.
You know, we make these segments and being like, well, they're stupid. Everyone knows they're stupid. And then you see someone interact with it in a true, honest way, and you're like, what the fuck?
We could have been doing that all along.
Yeah, it's like, you mean you can sort of unpack anything?
Wow.
Wow.
We are running approximately 3 hours behind, so we should
Yeah.
bring out we should just like
I think we should literally
do
run
it.
to the next guest.
You know what? Let's just bring out the next guest. Do you want to introduce them?
I would love to. They are so funny. They're incredible. Please give it up for Sabrina Wu. Wow.
Sabrina.
What are the vibes like backstage? Are they completely electric?
Your other two guests are on their phone, but I was hanging on every word.
That's so kind of you.
I'm not being sarcastic.
No, that was impressive, and
I can even tell you all the bits that I liked.
yeah.
Okay, and I'll do it in order.
Oh, great.
Yeah, top 5, please.
Top 5 moments of that segment.
Okay, there was definitely something so funny about Max transitioning.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, Aiden is taken. And I'm trans, and that took me a second. But when it hit really hard. Now,
A lot of our podcast is trans people being transphobic.
Well, they need a space to let it out.
Yeah.
You actually don't have to do a top 5 if you don't want to.
I don't want
think-
to. But
Okay.
And I'm just speaking because it's like, and yeah, I think like people will be like, okay, I guess if we're actually recapping, like, this is what just happened on StraightioLab. It's probably like, okay, we're gonna go get a drink. Like, you could just call it an intermission.
Yeah. Which they asked us if we wanted one. We were like, no.
No, it'll be
gonna be a
quick. It'll be
breeze.
quick.
Don't worry, we'll be in and out, doll. So, Sabrina, we brought you on to do. This is a sort of like, what if the podcast was just a live show? Like, this segment is very like, you're bringing a straight topic and we are discussing it. And I feel like you are your episode was so memorable. You're one of the smartest people we've ever had on.
That's true.
You're, I would say, a calming presence. And so we wanted you to...
A what?
Calming presence?
Calming.
The L is silent.
Sorry, I thought you said common presence.
You're very common.
That's
You're what we'd call normal.
You remind me of common.
I'm of the people.
Yeah.
I actually try really hard to be of the people. I used to literally be like, I can't look too hot like on stage.
Right.
And if I was wearing a chain, I would tuck it in.
Yeah.
Now I'm ready to do comedy. But
Have you considered going Mugatu?
Wait, sorry?
It's okay. You might not have been listening to the first part.
So going Mugatu is when basically like a gay guy or anyone who like is in the realm of being a gay guy decides that they're gonna start dressing like red carpet Timothy Chalamet. Like it's like you wake up one day and you're like, I'm gonna be Mugatu.
No, I'm not there.
You're not doing Mugatu.
Yeah. I had a change of heart because someone was like, oh my God, you dress so Sandler core.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
You know, that just goes to show, even if you're like pretending to be out of it, you're in it in a different way.
Yeah. And by the way, for many people we know, Sandler core is much hotter than Mugatu. And guess what? Both of us included.
Wait, but that being said, I want to hear the topic that you brought because, to be completely honest, you already told us and it's genius.
Okay, well, I thought it was nothing, but it's my sort of straight topic. It's something that's been really like weighing on me. I guess I don't need to do this huge long intro, but
No, cry,
We
cry,
prefer
cry.
okay. It's sort of, I guess, something that I've been thinking about is like, oh, I would love to have sex with a man before I die, because everyone's always talking about it, and.
I did not expect this to be part of the intro.
Yeah.
I know, I'm gonna try really hard to tie it into a neat bow, but like, okay, so I'm sort of, and can I, and this, you said, this podcast is where trans people get to be transphobes. I can't be nuanced and tell you my thoughts right now, so just give me a break.
No. By the way, we're on board hanging by your every word.
Okay.
So keep going.
Yeah, you know, like, and right, like, okay, so body, gender, not all the same, but
Of
for the
course.
reductive purpose of comedy, okay.
Yeah, we're very reductive here.
I've just been asking around, being like, you know, like, what's sex like? What does a man like taste like? Or like, I'm reading books by, anyways, and I just have noticed that, like, I just think there is something that is very straight. That straight women, it's a core part of straight culture, and it's to vocally hate on dick. Like, I've never, because I'm a lesbian and I'm like, my range of emotion, it's just not that wide. Like, I would never like hate dick. I'm like,
I'm not sure where to jump in.
So, okay.
wait, is none of this usable?
The topic is
No, this is
hating-
great. Keep going.
Yeah, the topic is hating dick, right?
Fuck, I fucked that up. Okay, yeah,
No,
the topic is hating
No,
dick.
The topic
Yeah.
is
You're nailing this.
And like vocally.
Vocally
like,
hating dick.
It's just about being so like loudly like, ew!
Yeah.
Like, oh, like, why are people putting this in me? Or like
Yeah. It's like women being like, I've never seen an attractive penis in my life.
yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what have you been up to? And they've
Right.
been like, putting a lot of penises in me. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
And you see why I'm curious? I'm like, I gotta try it. Like, what?
Yeah.
Well, and I think this is almost where like dick size comes into the conversation, because I do think people love to be like, ew, like a woman will be like, dicks are so gross. But then if they're having sex with someone that they like, they're like, his dick is gigantic. That way it doesn't negate the fact that the dick is gross. It's good because it's big, not because it's nice.
It's interesting. It's very much like dicks are gross in such small portions. Like, It doesn't. There's a paradox there.
There's a paradox there. But it's almost like it's like legal language where it's like, no, I'm not disagreeing with myself.
Right.
Dicks are ugly, and when they're giant, it's good.
Yeah, exactly. I rest my case, Your Honor. Tyler, let's go.
Well, hold on. I think there's more to the story than just that.
Nope, that's the show.
I feel like there's also like, this is so boring.
No, keep going.
Okay, well, we've all heard it. Like,
Too
this
big.
big is too big. And
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
it's really not this. I just.
Well, all women are Goldilocks.
I agree.
I do think Goldilocks is the prototypical woman.
And I mean, I guess while I'm here with the two of you,
Right.
can I ask you about, like, like,
Well, I think
What do you- yeah.
gay guys love to be like almost in an opposite way that's also annoying, where it's like, God, you have such a pretty dick. And it's like, oh God, a gorgeous dick. I mean, maybe it's just me.
No. You know, gay guys do like to say that pretty dick.
Yeah, they
It's
love
weird.
to do that.
wait, can I? Have you? Okay, I actually have never seen the show, but everybody knows Mad Men, right?
Yeah.
Okay, George, like, sell me on this penis.
Oh, I see. Okay.
What's?
Yeah, what's the appeal of a
like,
penis?
Can you
What
give
is
me
the appeal of
What
a
is the
penis?
appeal of a penis? Okay, I'll say this. Just historically speaking, straightforward and not finicky compared to the alternative, media portrayals of the alternative. Compared to media portrayals of the alternative. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everyone's turning
it's
on
very
us.
it's very like
Well,
it's very like women
it's
women
linear.
comedians.
We've said this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Dicks are very linear, and vaginas are very metaphorical.
Yeah.
They exist in the abstract, but not.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see you're sort of like, dick is math, vagina is the humanities.
Yeah. And by the way, we're pro humanities.
We're both humanities majors.
All of this is even when everyone was turning on me and I was like, oh, it's complicated. It's like, yeah, it's good for something to be complicated. Like Georgia O'Keeffe would not draw dicks her whole life. It is more beautiful, it is more interesting, it is more artistic.
I guess not in even comparison to the other. A dick is there's something so it's the fact that it's been, and maybe this is obviously it's cultural. The fact that it's been all my life I've been told dicks are so gross, dicks are horrible. Do not see a dick.
Yeah, we teach dicks to make themselves smaller.
But now when I see a dick, I'm like, okay, that's the crazy. I'm being so bad right now. I'm looking at a dick, I'm being the worst fucking pervert on earth.
Totally.
And so that makes it really hot for me. And also, it kind of looks alien.
It does look alien. Well, all genitalia looks alien.
Oh, so true.
Yeah. Aliens are based on genitals. So.
Yeah. UFOs are here, and they're called cock and pussy.
So does that help?
Honestly, yeah. I'm sorry, I just keep hearing in my head you being like, you were one of our smartest guests.
This is a very smart conversation.
No, this is genius.
Okay.
I think literally hating dick is one of our best straight topics. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sort of getting it.
Do you hate dick?
Well, I like math, and I think
It's complicated.
I'm not anti, but I guess I ultimately, it's so interesting because I'm also an Asian person, and there's it's
No
mapping
big
on.
woos.
Yeah, what's wrong with
Oh,
everyone?
no one's big woo.
What?
Hello, is anyone
Hello?
Asian here?
Hello.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, well,
So you're also an Asian person?
No, so I'm okay, here's where my brain's at.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not coherent, but it's like I could see how I felt a lot of pressure to be good at like loving dick or like
I
good,
see, I see,
right,
I see.
but like and I even was pretty good at math, but like ultimately I'm doing comedy. I think I am very drawn to the arts. I think it's just like
Yeah.
it like fills me with something different.
Yeah, like a dick would.
That was
What was
crystal
the
clear.
fucking question? It was like
I want to know. I guess. Well,
Well, I think the craziest part was we weren't asking anything.
no.
I'll be totally honest. I mean, I think it hasn't answered the question. Like, it's again, we're just always like, it's all within the window of like what I feel, which is like, oh, very neutral or curious or like whatever. Like, I haven't quite understood like what is so fucking like disgusting.
Right.
Like, what is so like I want to scream or like and maybe it's because I'm like I'm of lesbian experience. Like every time I do talk to a straight woman, it's always people. If maybe they're.
They're trying to impress you.
Oh, I was thinking they were pitying me. But we can all talk. I think we should definitely figure out the causal mechanism for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was like, oh, you're not missing out. It's
Right,
fucking
right.
shit in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I'm crying myself to sleep every night.
Well, that's interesting. Do you feel that women, when are trying to relate to you and being like, dick rules and dick is so awesome and dick slays?
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think so.
I think gay guys, it's a classic like gay best friend thing where like with your gay best friend you can be as dirty as you want.
Yeah, I think that's where I get the sort of like so many women when they talk to me about sex, it's like, and his dick was huge.
Yeah. But then they go to you and they're like, well,
It was
maybe
huge. It was so big.
So it's just about bias.
Yeah, maybe it's
Yeah.
about unconscious bias.
And it's a lot of like thick, and it's like, oh my god.
You're like naturally curious about this thing and you want to discover it, but everything you hear about it is like, it almost killed me. Huh.
Well, I mean, do you feel we've gotten to the bottom of it?
Well, yeah, maybe to this question, but you brought up something backstage too, like another sort of way in which straight women relate to, if you want.
I don't remember it.
I do.
Oh.
What is it?
You said, well, it relates to someone saying, like a woman saying they're strictly dickly.
Oh. People did not react well to that backstage either. I just felt like that was such a 90s thing that women would be like, it was before being LGBTQ plus was cool. And so women would be like, I'm strictly dickly. Like, I don't care what anyone else does, I'm strictly dickly.
Sure.
But I sort of feel like that's the opposite of hating dick. Although maybe it's overcompensating by being like, this thing that I hate that scares me so much, I'm gonna make it my whole personality.
I actually did have a thought in the bathroom, as you said, strictly dickly, where
Yeah.
I was like, well, like, hating on dick is so straight that actually, like, I would say a lot of lesbians, like, I would say it's borderline gay to be like, I love dick. Like, I remember,
Totally.
like, so many, like, lesbians in high school that they are out now, and then I knew but, like, or it's like really, there's a lot of lesbians I know who are like, like they'd be like, I would so be gay, but I love dick. Like that is like a
Well,
thing
yeah.
that
Oh, of
happens.
course.
And that's such a tell because if they were actually straight, they'd hate dick.
Vocally.
Should we?
Yeah.
I think we have to do our famous segment with you while you're here.
So, Sabrina, this segment is called Straight Shooters, and in it, we ask you a series of rapid-fire questions to gauge your familiarity with and complicity in straight culture. The only rule is you can't ask any follow-up questions. Are you prepared?
Yeah, I have my own straight shooters, but you know, I am your guest, and if they're not in your voice, you can't say anything.
They're
No,
in
they're
your
supposed to be in your voice.
And we are elevating queer voices of all kinds. So I think let's each do 4, and we'll keep going around.
Oh, in a circle.
Right?
I love that.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, you start.
Okay.
And sort of either of us can answer.
Okay. Team. Living in unprecedented times or living for oblivion by Grimes?
Living in
in
unprecedented. No, you disagree.
I
You
was-
want to live for oblivion by Grimes.
Yeah, because
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
This is plurality.
you go next.
Okay, No Country for Old Men or Yas Hunty, she's a comedian.
Yes,
Hunty,
she's a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my first time doing this. Okay, a big, juicy rack or the Iraq War.
Yeah.
The Iraq War.
Okay. Being eroticized by the press or being euthanized by Dr. Death?
I think being
Eroticized
eroticized by the press.
press.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Boycotting a problematic brand or boys plotting to form an enigmatic band.
Problematic brand for me.
Yeah, an enigmatic band for me.
Okay. It's a tie. Okay.
I'm actually almost out. I
That's
wrote
totally
like
fine.
That's
totally
fine, that's fine.
if this one doesn't work, I think I should stop. Okay. Asian rug or Asian people.
I think that's Asian people.
People. Let's go, people.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Knowing when to quit or knowing when to pit two powerful women against each other.
I think knowing when to pit two powerful women
Yes.
against each other. Okay. All right, ready? Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Or sister, take that off. We're going to the mall.
Sister, take that off. We're going to the mall.
Okay.
Do you have another or no?
simply
You don't
should
have to.
stop.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll finish ours.
We'll do our last ones. Okay. Being left of center, being right of center, or being Nicole Hall of Center.
That's good. Being Nicole Hall of Center.
Yeah.
Okay. Being upgraded to first class or being paraded around like a cheap piece of ass?
Being paraded like
around.
a cheap.
Are we done?
Wow.
Wow.
Everyone give it up for Sabrina Wu.
Wow.
Wow.
This is insane.
This is insane. Well, oh,
What?
and thank you for keeping us
and
honest.
I can't believe we forgot to do that. I mean, so we rank each guest performance on a scale of 1 to 1,000 dubs.
Yeah. I think
mean,
as we have to rank as a group.
yeah.
And I think as a group, well, if I was part of it, it was perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Perfect, 1,000
I would say
votes.
1,000 dubs. Yeah. I think we have one more segment, our famous final segment.
And we
have
have
to keep it moving.
Yeah, we're very business oriented tonight.
Yeah.
I hope that's okay.
Sorry. All right, is everyone having a good time? Okay.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Okay, everyone at the same time, what are your top 5 moments? I agree.
So
Okay.
true.
Do you want to do the honors?
Without further ado, these next two comedians are some of the, I won't say smartest people,
No, why lie?
but I will say nastiest, disgustingest, pervertedest people on earth. Please, without further ado, give it up for Josh Sharp and Aaron Jackson. Wow.
Let's get loud.
And now we said it. So what's the vibe like backstage? Is it electric?
It is electric.
I just got off my phone.
Yeah, we were dragged for being on our
But
phones.
I'm a doctor. I was practicing telemedicine.
I want to say...
You should be hanging out of your windows banging pots and pans for me.
That's still a thing. We do it every day. Thank you. I want to say I watched the whole Chernobyl section out here in the crowd, and that was an hour of the show.
That was an hour. It was longer than
I had
Chernobyl.
to get on my phone.
Chernobyl is 6 8-minute episodes. Somehow you.
It was a Quibi.
Yeah, it was a Quibi. Chernobyl was a Quibi.
R.I.P. Thank you.
R.I.P.
Thank you.
Chernobyl.
R.I.P. Chernobyl.
Quibi's coming back.
Quibi's
I've got a
coming
lot of money in Quibi too.
R.I.P. Chernobyl. You would have loved Quibi.
Damn.
So
I mean,
true.
as much as I literally would like nothing more than to keep chat.
What's stopping us?
I would love to
What's
not do
stopping
anymore.
us?
We're
We
not
chat.
smart, and you don't want to talk to
Why don't we?
us.
We haven't talked in years. Why can't we chat?
I asked you how the vibe was backstage. Isn't that enough?
That's our famous question that we ask all our guests.
Because I actually do when I'm on stage. I'm like, I bet they're having so much fucking fun back there. I'm always like, I bet the vibes are immaculate.
It was
great
immaculate.
We are having a great time.
Slurping down seltzer waters
Oh, mama.
Damn, where'd you get seltzer?
from the bar.
Oh, fun.
And tip your bartender.
Over there, they got a little gun. It'll make you whatever soda you want. They got a little gun. It'll make you whatever soda you want.
I take back what I said. You guys are the smartest people I know. Now I know where to get seltzer.
Wow. I'm gonna have to check that out later.
Yeah.
Should we?
Let's. Will you introduce the
I'll
segment?
introduce the segment. So,
Okay, great.
This is, we always like to leave our craziest, kookiest guests for last, so we can do our famous segment. Is she there yet?
Yeah.
And so, for anyone who has been to a live show before, I always give the backstory of the genesis of this segment. And so past guest Celeste Yim, who we all love and who was one of our first guests, was in our first live show, they once told us a story that really stuck with us. And in this story, Celeste was at the Toronto International Film Festival, TIFF. And they were at the premiere of the Grace Jones documentary. And then there was a talk back with the writer and the director and other people that were involved in the film.
Catering.
Yeah, it was a really pro-labor Q&A. They had all the grips on stage.
The grip brought me to tears, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He had an incredible story about Grace. She was rude to him once. So basically, one of the questions was, so someone on stage goes, the thing why I wanted to make this documentary is because we just don't have icons like Grace Jones anymore. We just don't have people that are such icons, such like timeless icons. And so then someone in the audience said, what about Janelle Monáe? And then the director said, she's not there yet.
Not even Grace said that.
No, not
Grace,
Grace.
you'd hear it.
Yeah.
Grace was silent the entire time.
By choice.
And it is not up to us to say whether Janelle is or is not there yet, and that's not what this is about. But
No.
when
But
we
we're
heard
about
this-
to say it about a bunch of other
Exactly.
women, I
So
guess.
when this story,
No. Well, first of all, she is gender neutral in this capacity. She means every person.
Yes,
and thing.
yeah.
Right,
the
right.
pronoun "she" can mean anyone from Donald
Yeah.
Trump to Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
And
The two genders.
That's
the
the
full
binary.
gender spectrum.
That's the binary.
Are you a Trump or a Chalamet?
So basically, in this segment, we sort of ask you, we give you a person or a thing, and we ask, is she there yet?
Is she there yet?
And we have to, and feel free to play with it.
Bat it around.
Bat it around.
I love having to tell these two to be like, and have fun.
Yeah. But no chatting.
Okay, so first slide.
Yeah, hit it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we get to look here.
Margot
Robbie.
Robbie. Is she there yet?
Is she there yet?
I think not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Are we talking? Grace Jones is the level?
We're calling Grace Jones there.
Well,
And Janelle not there?
So Margot's not even close.
Margot's below Janelle. If Janelle's not there, Margot hasn't even heard there is a there, you know?
Yeah.
Margot's not even going on a trip.
No.
She's in movies. She's in big movies.
She's printing out the
Who
directions on
isn't in
MapQuest.
movies? We have friends in movies. That doesn't mean anything.
They're not there.
They're not there.
They're not there. Not
You know
even
our-
on her way, would you say?
I'd say she's on her way. She probably has a production company.
All right. Okay, so no. Firm no.
For me, a firm no.
I think that's a no.
Wow. Okay.
All right, next.
slide.
Respect.
Ariana DeBose.
She's there, I think.
She's there.
Is she?
I think she's there.
I think she's a meme.
I think she's there.
You know, in our internet-based culture, is a meme there.
Yeah. I don't. Here's
I
another.
think where
here's another
she's
thing.
going, she's there. Do you know what I mean?
She has arrived at where she was going to.
Where she is going, she's there.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just also there's a like level of fame like a way I sometimes test fame is like, would my dad have even a clue who they were? And he would have
Never.
no idea
Okay.
who Ariana DeBose.
So she's there, but your dad is not living
Your
in that
dad's
city.
not there.
my dad's not there. I will. Okay. Oh, I can't say no. She's not there.
She's not there.
I
Okay,
can't
so a
say
disagreement. That's healthy.
That's really healthy.
She's there.
She's there. What do you think?
I kind of think she's there.
I agree.
Like, I actually think when someone only is like successful, they're not there. Because to be there, you have to be a
Yeah,
full
you have to have
person.
peaks and
we
valleys.
need,
Yeah.
And she's hit like high peaks and low lows in such a short period of time.
Yeah,
She was like, I'm
In
going
literally
there.
like 4 weeks. Like I feel
Yeah.
like we only knew of her.
I also, I to be on Broadway, that is so shameful. So
yeah.
truly, that's
Truly.
so bad.
That they give awards
Yeah.
for a thing that you should hide fully.
Yeah.
You should be like, I swear I wasn't on Broadway. you know?
can't
It is always when someone's in a movie that was on Broadway and people are like, no, she was amazing on Broadway. And it's
Yeah.
always like, well, then why did they let her on set?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, was
They
there not
should have
security?
It's
Broadway's a
literally
prison.
opposite acting. That's the truth. When they like want one person from Broadway to do movies, it's
Yeah.
like, are you kidding?
Right.
Playing for the back row and fucking the lens? These are different jobs.
the lens.
You know?
All right. Okay. I think I've heard enough. Okay.
Nerdtech ODT as presented by Lady
Nerdtech
Gaga.
ODT as presented by Lady Gaga.
This is
What is-
the
may I ask-
ad that Lady Gaga did for a Pfizer-produced migraine medicine.
Migraine medicine. Well, I didn't know it was a migraine medicine, so that feels like it's not there.
That's there.
I mean, this is Grace Jones level.
This is Grace
Yeah.
Jones. Could
Grace Jones
never.
wishes.
I mean, they took
Grace
the
Jones is
chroma-
banging at the door of Pfizer. She's like, let me do the ad.
Lady Gaga, I love that her credit is actual patient. That's such a fabulous credit.
That's good, yeah.
When I bring you up on stage, you want me anything you want me to say?
Yeah.
Actual
patient.
That's what I'm going to say at comedy shows now at my credit.
actually gets headaches.
Yeah.
I mean, the ad, have you guys seen it?
I haven't.
Oh my God.
Do a
It must be
reenactment right now.
So good.
Yeah,
Well,
do it.
it's actually incredible because she's truly like, they took footage from the Chromatica concert, but you're not hearing a Chromatica song. It's like just like general pharmaceutical music and like
General
They couldn't get the rights.
music.
It's probably cheaper to book her than get the rights to Chromatica, maybe.
Damn.
And she has like a little lazy voiceover,
Yeah.
and it's like Nerdtech OTD, and it's like, oh,
She's like, I get migraines and I'm Italian American.
yeah.
She says that.
No, she doesn't say that.
She
was
this
thinking of
cure's
that.
one of them, and I won't tell you which, she says. She says that.
Well, my final word on this is she did that.
She did that.
She went
She did
there.
that.
Nathan Lane.
Lane.
Oh,
is she
is
there
she
yet?
there?
We love Nate.
We love.
He's
Yeah,
there.
he's there.
He's damn
there.
Timon.
He's damn Timon.
You know
damn
Hakuna
Timon.
Matata? That's him, motherfucker.
Yeah, bitch. He pierced the toast, you know?
All right.
Toast.
He's there.
Well, I want it. Would you be allowed to share sort of a tale or no?
Oh, yeah, what should we share?
I think we need to maybe inform.
Well, I'm only if it's
Yeah.
allowed.
I think it's allowed.
Yeah.
that what we did, that we worked with Nathan Lane.
Yeah,
We worked
that's
with
huge.
Nathan Lane. They're all like, great.
No, but I don't want to. I don't know what's allowed.
But is there a fun
What slurs
tale?
did he say
Oh,
backstage?
there is a funny Nathan Lane story. Because it was like a very little shitbox movie, and you know, and
824, need I say more?
But
Trust.
the union, the SAG union rep comes and is like, "Hey, are you being
This happens
abused
on every
set?"
shoot. The union rep always comes.
So
to just say,
the union rep came and was asking us like, "Hey, I'm the SAG union rep, and I just wanted to make sure everything's going okay." And Nathan just went, "You're too late," and walked to his trailer.
I have one I can definitely tell. Nathan told a story one time of being at a dinner party with Elaine Stritch in like the 90s at someone famous's house. I forget who. And he's like, we're all having dinner and I go into the kitchen and Elaine's there. There's this beautiful bowl in the kitchen full of fruit and she's taking it. She's putting it in her purse. And I go, Elaine, what are you doing? And Elaine, like a raccoon caught digging through trash. She goes, what? I need fruit, Nathan.
I mean, she's there.
She's there.
She's there. You don't have
She's
tales
there.
like that without being there.
Without being there.
Okay, next slide.
Okay. Chat GBT.
Chat
Is she there yet?
GPT. I drew this.
That's her.
I love her.
Half my job. Strike over. Half my job.
I drew this little picture this morning.
That's really good.
It kind of looks like the All Is Full of Love music video.
Oh,
with
it looks
the
like the
robots.
All Is Full of Love music video.
Everyone. And they're all like, yes, it
You
does.
get it. Yeah.
They love the reference. I mean, this is a cultural moment.
She's there.
GPT.
Oh, wow, okay.
She,
She's there.
You know that bitch when you caused all this conversation.
God.
Absolute.
I would have
Yes.
expected a little more pushback from members of the WGA.
No, Mama,
No, you're like, welcome her in.
half my job, truly.
She's picketing with.
Use a cheese with me.
She's like, I stand with the WGA.
I'm with her.
I'm with her. Okay, next slide.
Next slide.
The Weeknd.
Is she there? yet?
Fucking
yeah.
stretch that tiny little pussy.
That's from the All Is Full of Love music video too. I think.
Definitely.
Fucking stretch that tiny
is
little.
she-
As if every one of you faggots hasn't said that verbatim. I've heard you.
I know. On your alt.
Is the Weeknd there yet?
I think no.
I think no. I mean,
It's hard when.
she came out of the gate so hot, and then it's
Yeah.
all been a disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those first EPs we were like, this is truth, and then it's gotten worse and worse, hasn't it?
When the weekend was an indie chica.
Truly, an indie.
That was a really crazy time.
And
Like,
now he's full Mariah, about like Pitchfork. I've never heard of her. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like fully
100%.
Gowns, beautiful gowns.
it's like they raised you. They built
they
you up.
raised you.
Yeah.
I actually feel like it'll be crazy to tell like people in like 50 years that like I was there for the pandemic and I was there when the weekend was on Pitchfork and a little darling of Pitchfork.
Truly.
And it's sad sometimes when musicians like want to be actors. Well,
yes.
I hate actors. Like,
Yeah.
It's sad when anyone wants to be an actor.
yeah, I guess it's sad. It's like
It
you
is.
don't need to be in a TV. Like, why are
Yeah.
you doing that?
Right,
it's
right.
so shameful to act.
Yeah.
And Nathan Lane gets a pass.
1,000. But that's vaudeville.
Truly.
That's song and dance.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's
He's a
Ariana
showman,
DeBose.
he's a showman.
Wow. Do you have anything to add?
No, I think I agree with the esteemed Josh and Aaron.
I think I do too.
Yeah, poor
All right.
thing.
Okay, next
Poor
slide.
thing.
Okay.
Mean thing.
So
So I've really been trying to make Methinks happen again.
I'm into
Sam
it.
thinks Me
I'm
thinks is
into
coming
it.
back.
I think
love
Methinks is
it.
back in a big way, and I think
love
you're
it.
going to be seeing it everywhere.
And that's why Sam is pioneering the Me Thinks movement.
Yeah. Methinks.
I love it, and I think it stood the test of time.
Timeless. It's
I mean, what Shakespeare was around in the 70s,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
still here.
Shakespeare was
Yeah.
the Grace Jones of her time.
Right.
We were
Completely.
with our music producer on the movie with Nathan Lane, who worked on Romeo and Juliet. He told a story about how at the time Fox was like, "We really think you got to change the ending. People aren't going to respond to that." It's like
Of Romeo and
they've sort
Juliet.
of famously responded to it for
Yeah.
600 years. Which I think is so incredible. What a beautiful note. We were
What
worried people aren't going
if-
to respond to the ending.
Wow.
Really? There's a pretty solid proof of concept on
Yeah.
that ending.
It sort of always hits.
The ending slaps.
Wow, I love our
Isn't
little
that so
industry.
good?
It's a cute little
That's
industry.
amazing. Damn. Well, I think the executives deserve even more money.
I agree, and I stand in solidarity with them.
Yeah. I think methinks where she's going, she's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much like Margot Robbie. All right.
Okay, next slide.
Kylie Minogue.
Minogue.
Yes, she is
Yes.
there.
She's there.
So.
She is there.
I think the states are just realizing she's there,
Yeah.
but she's
Yes,
been
She's
there.
been there.
Our country is not there. We need to catch up
Right.
to Kylie,
Yeah.
much like Europe. That
Yeah.
Europe gets Kylie and
Yeah.
we don't.
I
It's
know,
like, what are
it's
we
very
doing?
strange.
Yeah, pack your bags. We're going to Australia.
Yeah, I know. That Australia is ahead of the curve, and
Well,
and
only
let
in
that
this
sink in.
instance. On the
I
Kylie
know
curve.
that's
The Kylie
horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, Australia produced Hannah Gadsby, and yet they're still better at pop culture. All right, next slide.
Yeah, hard yes. Next slide.
Yeah.
Ron
Ron
DeSantis.
DeSantis.
This is tough.
Yeah.
It's too soon to tell.
Right.
I think.
I think that means she's not there yet.
Yeah, not there yet.
And it's
there
not
yet.
political. I mean, Trump's there. You know what I mean? Like,
Trump
some
is
of these
there.
girls are there.
They're
She's not there yet.
Yeah, this is a Janelle Monáe type.
This is a Janelle Monáe type. Trump is Grace Jones.
Trump is Grace
Ron
Jones.
is Janelle
Ron
Monáe.
DeSantis
We
is
all
Janelle
know
Monáe.
this.
All right, okay.
Okay, next
Next
slide.
Part of your world. Oh.
Halle
version.
Bailey version.
So I would say here's a hot take. I'd say the riff at the end is there.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, no. Not like it's bad. It's just like that. The riff at that one little lick she does is there.
It's so there though that it's
Yeah.
like the whole song
I
is
don't
worth
love
it.
You sort of
like-
forget the rest of the song.
It's like the ending of Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Sticks the landing. I mean, yeah.
You're a soft yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or is that a soft yeah meaning no?
Maybe it's a soft yeah meaning no.
Josh, what do you think?
Maybe same. I still haven't seen the feature film.
Yeah, neither have I.
And I wonder if in context I'll understand it.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
she's
you know what I mean?
underwater.
Oh.
Oh, she's a fish.
Oh, mama's a fish.
Oh, now I get it.
Okay.
That it's there.
I'm listening to him like, of course you're part of my world. You're a human girl.
Yeah.
I see the film.
You're
My
recording
God.
artist Halle Bailey. Like, yeah, you're part of our
part of
world.
my world.
My question is,
We're
where's
peers.
Chloe?
We're peers.
Where's your little friend Chloe?
Well, this is just
Why
another
isn't she
example.
a part of said world? Aren't y'all two working together?
Well, yeah. I mean,
a resounding not really.
not really.
Not there
And
yet,
guess what?
seems.
That's literally where we're gonna end things. Give it up for Aaron Jackson and Josh Sharp, everybody. Well, we did it.
We did it. That's our show.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thank
Give
you
it
so
up
much.
for Andrea Long Chu, Sabrina Wu, Josh Sharp, and Aaron Jackson.
Thanks to the Bell House for having us.
Give it up for Sam Taggart.
Give it up for George Civeris. Bye. Thank you
you,
so
guys.
much.